What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Prodigal Goat Gaming.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Today we rebuild the Dallas Mavericks, where we trade everybody but Cooper Flagg
Bingo!
and Derek Lively. So we have a lot of trades to get to. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Obviously, the young rookie Cooper Flagg is going to stay on the team. We need to get rid of some contracts in PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. Let's see if we can find them a landing spot first, preferably a young buck who's going to progress next to Coop. So we're really looking for draft capital. We want to tank this year and get a top pick. So wait, let's go ahead and go to the Wizards and see if we can pick up a couple of their picks here. Potentially, they want Cooper Flagg, they want Cooper Flagg, they want Cooper Flagg, and they want Cooper Flagg. No. This 2026 draft class is gonna be among one of the best ever, or at least in recent years. So we want to find as much draft capital as possible. And trading a Kyrie Irving or Anthony Davis to get that is totally and completely affordable. Everybody wants Cooper Flagg, and that's just not going to happen. We would love the Hornets pick, PJ Washington, and we get a Grant Williams.
Nice.
That's fine. We're going to drop this dude this year. Go ahead and waive him. Nah, we'll keep him on the team and flip him at a later date. We're going to go ahead and take that because that increases our odds exponentially to get the number 1 pick, which we would, of course, pick up AJ, Darren Peterson or AJ or Cameron Boozer if we get a top 3 spot. The Orlando Magic don't have theirs. The Knicks, the Kings, the Jazz, the Hornets, the Heat, the Hawks. The swap best with Pelicans pick, that's a high value pick, but they're not going to give that up. The Magic pick, I would not mind at all. We're not giving up our first round pick. That's not going to happen. We want to tank this year. So we're just going to go ahead and give up some players and hopefully find a young guy. Marshall and Gafford, going to go ahead and go into blender. Could we get a young power forward next to Derek Lively, like maybe a Danny Wolf here, and a Terrence Mann, who honestly I don't mind having on the team. Terrence Mann isn't a bad piece to pick up, along with, of course, your young rookie there. Jakob Poeltl with Jamison Battle. I don't think he has as much upside as somebody like your boy from earlier does. Jovic, though, from the Heat, has already had a great year. 8 a game, almost shooting 40%. However, Maxime Renaud should be able to progress decently in the future, and we pick up D-Schroed. That's fine. And we get to drop a lot of capital here. Is it worth it? Should we go Danny Wolf instead? Because Danny Wolf is naturally at the power forward spot. I think we go Maxine.
Well, duh.
Because of the higher overall in Dennis Schroeder, so we can hopefully pick up a trade for him later. And right now, we are not looking too good. But that's obviously kind of the point. We want to tank this year, hopefully get that top pick. Brandon Williams, I do like as a little bit of a younger player, and so do I do also with Max Christie. However, they're just not going to cut it, especially because I said I'm going to trade everyone, and I intend to keep that promise. A Dalton Connect, 24 years of age, Tristan Da Silva. So a lot of 24-year-olds. We're obviously looking for some rookies. Carter Bryant to come off the bench for Cooper Flagg would be pretty great. A Beringer, though, with a Jalen Clark, Yang Hansen and Ryan Rupert. So we're getting some decent rookies at the end of this. However, I think Carter Bryant's going to be worth a little bit more than the rest of these rookies, which is why we're going to go ahead and pick him up.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
And have him on the team, and hopefully he can progress here off the bench. He's obviously not going to get minutes right now, but that's okay. Obviously, once Anthony Davis and Kyrie come back, we're going to get rid of them, hopefully for a first-round pick. But right now, Klay Thompson's going to go. We got to get rid of Ryan Nembhard, even though he's been great for us. Okay, so no one's looking for those two. What we're going to do is bring Nembhard up and then sign for the rest of the season. Oh, we can't. Alright, well, we're going to change that anyways. Klay and...
He's back!
And... D-Russ headed into the blender. We could pick up Julian Phillips. Okay, and Anthony Simons would not be bad. We get some guard play. If he fits in well with this team, that would be a nice pickup. And obviously, he's young enough to still be in contention with the Cooper Flagg. Jalen Wilson at 23 years of age. Dante DiVincenzo wouldn't be a bad pickup. Let's just explore our options, because I would love to get rid of Grant Williams here. A 22-year-old Jovic, and we drop a lot of salary cap. That's probably going to be where it's at. That's what we're going to do. We pick him up, and hopefully he'll progress for us off the bench at power forward, next to Maxime Renaud, something like that. Next, that's got to go D'Lo. D'Lo's got to go. I'm going to try and keep making these trades. We still have some really deep bench assets that need to go. Some players way down there on the bench. A Cam Spencer at the age of 25. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Pell Larson at 24. Diabate. We're looking for a little bit younger. Maybe some rookie talent. Okay, Beringer and a 27 first round.
What?
That's probably going to be the pickup. Or we could get two guys here, two younger rookies. That's what we're going to do. Yang Hansen's going to come off the bench at center, hopefully for us. Obviously not right now. Who else do we got to get rid of? We'll throw 3 of these guys in the package. Oh, wait, he's not on the team. Wait. Those are all guys we've traded for. So we'll throw a couple of guys. Tillman, Kleber, Jonathan Isaac. I don't want him. Bobby Clintman and Isaac Jones. Not young enough. A 26 first round pick. Swap worst with the Rockets. That's a really bad pick. However, we could leverage that. Obviously, most of the major moves are going to be made when your boy Kyrie comes back. But right now, I mean, we're just dropping cap space. We'll do that. And we just get another first-round pick. Let's go ahead and move on right before the trade deadline and see if Anthony Davis will become available. Sure. Why not? Why not? Sure. We'll take him. Bring him on. Okay, so Anthony Davis does come back. Dante Exum comes back and is going to be available for trade. Obviously, we are going to move them, but not right now. We're going to do it right before the trade deadline. Renaud gets injured.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
We are absolutely tanking. How will this year go is the question. Okay, Kyrie Irving is still out for the season. We would like Derek Lively back just to see how he plays. Is Anthony Davis a better small forward to be even more able to ship around? No. No, he's not. So we're going to keep him at the power forward, his natural position. We're going to go ahead and bring Nimhart back just to trade him. Whoops. There we go. Sign for the remainder of the season. And we're going to go ahead and put him at the small forward, actually. Just because he's going to be upgraded a little bit. And boom. Trading him away. A young Josh Giddey. John Morant. I don't know why the Hawks would do this.
Yeah, boy.
They want Anthony Davis, I know for a fact. And bringing in Jalen Johnson next to Cooper Flagg would be insane. Lauri Markkanen, LaMelo Ball. I'm not giving up my first round pick, though. That's not going to happen. That swap worst with Rockets pick seems to be decently valuable. I would love Ron Holland, but not for what we're giving up. Scotty Barnes. Which is better in this scenario? Scotty Barnes and Jakob Poeltl or Jalen Johnson and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but we give up a first-round pick. I think it's Jalen Johnson. I think Jalen Johnson is the Hawks' future. I don't necessarily know what the computer's thinking here when they give him up. But yeah, we'd like to have this guy on our team.
Obviously.
Obviously, right?
Silly me.
And that's what it's gonna be. Where is your boy Renaud? He's going to come off the bench at center. We're going to have Jovic come off the bench at power forward. And Derek Lively start at the center position. Dante Exum's going to have to go. We could package him with Kyrie a little later on. Just seeing who's available to trade. Sam Merrill and a second-round pick. Davion Mitchell could be a good guard for us. We do lack some guard play, considering that Nickeil's going to be our starting point guard with Schroeder coming off the bench. But, you know, we're really just looking to tank. So we're going to wait, and next season, hopefully we can find another first-round pick. That would be great before the draft or during, whichever one. No, we're not going to stop simulating. Lose, lose, lose. Tanking is just part of the game now. Unfortunately, you hate to see teams tank, but in the Dallas Mavericks situation, it's pretty necessary that they tank this year, as they don't own their own pick for the multiple seasons. For some reason, you know, we're gonna pick up a win against the OKC Thunder. That makes 0 sense. Is anyone back right now? Okay, Jalen Johnson is doing good things, and him and Cooper Flagg are just being a dynamic duo. The rest of these guys probably going to be on the trading block, so they need to go ahead and get ready to go. If we need to injure one of these guys to prevent us from winning, like, we can.
Yeah, boy.
But it looks like we're going to stay out of the play-in, which is the important thing. I need you to lose. Okay. We did not make the play-on. Rookie of the Year goes to Cooper Flagg. He jumps up to 21 points per game. So yeah, we of course don't win any awards. And we're not even in the play-in. Who will take the crown this year? It looks like it's going to be the New York Knicks. Surprise, surprise. That the New York Knicks and the OKC Thunder are the finals. Kyrie Irving will be back in 4 to 6 months. That's not great, especially when we're looking at our chances to try and get Let's go to the draft lottery. Okay. Alright, we got a couple of decent picks. 8 and 11. That's not necessarily what we're looking for. But let's see if we can jump. We jump all the way to 3rd. That's exactly what we need. Maybe we can make a jump to 1st with a couple of key trades.
How? How? I don't know.
So let's see. Who held the 1st round pick? The Pelicans have the 6th pick. Where are we at here? The Wizards hold the 2nd pick. The Kings, we did want that pick. Yeah. We get the 1st round pick. We give them both of our 1st rounders. We're not giving up. They want Maxime back. D-Schroed. This would drop some cap for us. However, why not just do this straight up? We pick up another player and we flip them. Why not? We'll take your 1st round pick. We're going to get your boy, Darren Peterson. Obviously. Duh. Darren Peterson, welcome to the squad. And, of course, we don't care about the rest of the picks.
We do not care.
I don't know why the Kings would do that. I mean, I guess they find that 2 rookies is better than 1. But Darren Peterson is a guy who's going to be changing for your entire team. Qualifying offers. Yeah, we don't care about... Wait, actually, Ryan will give you a qualifying offer. Okay, and free agency of the 2026 to 27 season. We're looking to move on, especially now with a Darren Peterson in the lineup, who's going to start at point guard for us. We're looking to move on from Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who might be a better small forward, and we might can get, yeah, somebody halfway decent for him. I mean, he has a 6'10 wingspan. He'll fit at that position fine. Marshall, who we just picked up, has got to go, and D-Schroed's got to go. Jared McCain. A front court of Darren Peterson and Jared McCain is insane. We could pick up Evan Mobley with this trade. We already going to give up another young rookie, though. So these are some pretty insane trades. Zachary Rizachet. Could we put him at the shooting guard? Oh, we got to give up Maxine. I don't want to have to give up one of our younger rookie dudes. Jeremiah Fears, though, at 14. Azar Thompson. What are these trades? I guess Nickeil Alexander-Walker is a decently high-value player.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This might be the trade. We put Azar at shooting guard for defense. Keep Coop at the small forward. We get Ron Holland coming off the bench. Jalen Williams and Cason Wallace. Scoot. There's a lot of options here. There's a lot of options. Zachary Rizachet and Dyson Daniels. But I don't want to give up Maxine. And I feel like a Jeremiah Fears trade or a Azar with Ron trade, which is more valuable here. Jeremiah Fears is going to end up being a better rookie, but Azar's defense and Ron Holland's defense as well. Man, that's a tough trade. Do we go for a backcourt of Fears, Scoot, Jared McCain? Man. I don't think Jared McCain's the route. I think it's one of these 2 trades just because we don't have to give up one of our young rookies. Man, this is a tough trade just because we're getting 2 good rookies and 1 really good rookie. Or, Zar's not a rookie, but I feel like it would majorly upgrade our backcourt if we pick up Jeremiah Fears.
Thank you, Joel, here with Jeremiah Fears. Come on, baby!
Who's going to go in the shooting guard spot, and Jordan Poole's going to get traded as soon as he's available, which is for another 60 days, which he'll be coming off the bench for point guard currently. Like, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Jeremiah Fears and Darren Peterson, along with Cooper Flagg and Jalen Johnson, is the ultimate lineup so far. And then, of course, when we get Derek Lively back, it's going to be even better. And especially once we make a trade with Kyrie, who knows what kind of young rookie we're going to get. And we literally, our oldest guy is Kyrie, and he's about to get traded. So yeah, let's see who we can pick up in the free agency. I wouldn't mind an AJ Mitchell coming off the bench. We could use a bench. We got ourselves a bench power forward, a bench center, a bench point guard. We could use a bench shooting guard, and that could be AJ Mitchell. A Lou Dort. I mean, AJ Mitchell's just younger, and that's who we're looking to add. Let's see if he will go with our trade. AJ's gonna agree. We aren't gonna get any of these dudes back, which is a little unfortunate considering they were gonna be our trade power a little bit. Did we still have PJ on the... I don't know. We're moving on, and hopefully we can get AJ here, and that's going to be official. We add somebody who's going to make a decent shooting guard off the bench for us. Jordan Poole might get moved on from later, but look at that lineup. We got almost all 80 overalls and a couple of guys that are going to progress. You know, a Cam Spencer wouldn't be a bad pickup just purely for trades a little later on. Brandon Williams we did have at some point. I think we gave him up, so... But Cam Spencer's pretty high value. I wouldn't mind adding him to the squad. Temporarily, really just for trade power. So yeah, we're gonna do that. See if he accepts. He does. We're gonna go ahead and move on to player progression. Cooper Flagg goes all the way up to a 90 along with Jalen Johnson. Jeremiah Fears goes up to an 84. I think that was the right pickup. AJ Mitchell goes up 1. Darren Peterson goes down, but that's just because we changed him to the point guard spot. Derek Lively jumps another 3. We need our guys back to make some trades here. Cam Spencer's going to go temporarily in the small forward, I guess. Temporarily. And then sim up to that point and see what we can do as far as trades. Obviously, we want that 2027 draft class in here. We're at 22 minutes so far in this video. Let's see what happens this next 1 or 2 seasons. Oh yeah. Alright, Kyrie Irving won't be back for another month. Derek Lively will be back in 8 to 10 weeks. Oof.
Oof!
So 2 more months for our starting center. Jovic has progressed a little bit. He's a 77 overall. I like some of these guys coming off the bench. We did pick up Trey Mann at some point. But we do not own a 2027 first round pick. So maybe we can pick that up in the Kyrie trade. Or find a way. Alright, so we're getting W's already without some of our key pieces in the lineup. Like Kyrie Irving, like D-Live, and obviously Derek Lively's going to get major minutes for us. So we do need him back. Jalen Duren gets Cup MVP.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
So it's a little unfortunate that we're taking losses this early in the season. Alright, Kyrie Irving is back. Cooper Flagg and Jeremiah Fears are injured. Coop's out for another 2 months. That's a little bit rough.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
What we're going to do is going to go ahead and turn off injuries here. They're just extremely annoying to deal with because every season it seems like our key pieces get injured right before the playoffs. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Kyrie Irving and Jordan Poole are going to go. Anthony Davis back would be ironic. The Hawks don't seem to be as attached anymore. The Nets pick up Austin Reeves in free agency. So it is looking like we could get adding Steph Curry, but we're looking for a young core, though. We're looking for a young core. Gah. A young Jovic, Lauri Markkanen, and a 27 first-round pick. It's hard to pass up Steph the Chef Curry. It's hard to pass him up. Kyrie Irving, Trey Mann, Darius Garland, John Morant. We don't want to give up a pick. Top protected. Anthony Black. That's a piece that I would look to get. However, I don't want Desmond Bane. I don't know how you would make it work.
Hey, bro.
What?
Oh, my God!
Okay, Amen would be part of a younger core. We add defense in the shooting guard spot next to Darren Peterson. And we drop a ton of cap in the process on the expiring contract of Fred VanVleet. De'Aaron Fox. I mean, Steph could work. Cooley is just what I'm going to name him. I'm not going to try and pronounce all that crap. The problem is we don't have any draft assets, and Kyrie Irving is going to be the only availability, but who needs draft assets when you pick up Amen Thompson? And that's what we're going to do. If the Rockets are willing to give him up, we'll take him. The only problem is obviously alright, so Darren Peterson is going to start at small forward until Coop comes back. We actually need AJ to be our point guard temporarily. We're going to have Cam Spencer come off the bench for small forward. Actually, no. We're going to have him come off the bench for shooting guard. Because we need one of those. Yeah, that'll look a lot. That should look decently nice. Yeah. Obviously, we're missing major center minutes from Renaud. We're missing Cooper Flagg. We're missing Jeremiah Fears. We're not going to get a ton of wins right now, but we're going to look really good once we get our guys back. January 24th is a trade date. We can get rid of the Spencer. And we're picking up a couple of wins. We beat some major teams like the Spurs and the Warriors. We could have picked up Stephen Curry and paired him up with Jalen Johnson, Cooper Flagg, Darren Peterson, but we decided to go the younger route and picked up some defense in Amen Thompson. Just to recap what we're doing so far, if you haven't already, hit that like and hit that subscribe button. Alright, so now that Fears is back, it's going to be a little tough as far as minutes go. Darren Peterson's going to go back at the point. AJ Mitchell's going to go at backup shooting guard. Amen's going to go at the small forward temporarily. So the Mavericks are positioned to do really well if they can find the right trades. That's just the key thing here, is finding the right trades. We could use, you know, a decent... Okay, Fred VanVleet's getting minutes. We want Carter Bryant in here, getting some solid minutes. You know, some of these guys are going to get traded, though, right now. So, if we can get rid of Fred VanVleet... No, 25 days. Will that reach before the deadline? I don't know. Cam Spencer's got to go. I like Carter Bryant. But Jordan Poole has got to go. We're just looking for somebody young or some draft capital. Trey Murphy wouldn't be a bad pickup, considering his 3-and-D prowess. The question is, the Nets own the Lakers pick. Oof. The Pacers pick? The Rockets Nets pick. Jeremiah Fears, Darren Peterson. Neither of those are we willing to give up. The Pels pick. Swap best. Jeremiah Fears, Yang Hansen, Jalen Johnson, Darren Peterson, Jordan Poole. That's the kind of trade we're looking for. We pick up a Murray, but we get a swap best between the Pelicans and the Bucks, which is a high value pick. And those are the two trades, the two guys that we're looking for. Yeah, we're gonna take this.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
I don't like Murray being on the team. You know, if I could, we would trade him. However, it's just looking like we're not going to be able to right now. And he's just going to have to stick around. And play bench point guard, hopefully. And that gives us some draft capital to look forward to. I don't know what currently the Bucks are currently at. NBA standings, here we go. Eastern Conference. The Bucks are way down at 14 and 35. Meanwhile, the Pelicans are at 11th, so they're not doing horrible this year so far. We're going to go ahead and sim down to the deadline, see if we want to make any moves. We are picking up some solid W's. We're sitting at 2nd in the conference, 4th overall. We just got some draft capital, so things are really looking up, and it's high value draft capital as well. Cooper Flagg is going to be out for another 2 to 4 weeks. But once he comes back, things are going to change a lot. So we want to go ahead and kind of make a couple of... We obviously don't want to sign Murray or releasing him. We're letting him go. Or he's going to be a trade asset if we pick up his contract again. VanVleet, not another 15 days. He's really the only one I'd consider trading at this point. Everybody else I'm real solid on. I really like. I mean, obviously, once Cooper Flagg comes back, this roster is going to look a lot different, as we're going to have to switch some positions around. What's Darren Peterson? Darren Peterson is averaging 20 a game. Jalen Johnson has his 15, with 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Azar, he's getting things done. Jeremiah Fears with 17 a game. He's one of our top scorers. Murray's averaging 21 so far this season. AJ Mitchell has had 18 a game. That's a really nice free agency pickup. He's progressed nicely. Do we sell high on him now? Maybe get some draft capital? I mean, maybe find a better power forward than Jovic? Maybe like a Ron Holland? I mean, there's Danny Wolf, Walker Kessler, and we get a first-round pick. Larder Knox, he was picked up the 2026 draft at 14th. Jamal Shed, Coop Pete, picked up pick 8. Will Riley. That's not necessarily... Who will take AJ Mitchell for maybe a young guy? Hugo Gonzalez. We're not giving him up for Maxime. Ryan Nimhard and Danny Wolf. Khalil Ware. That's going to go ahead, and that's going to be the trade. That's insane that they would even offer that to us.
Hey, bro. What?
Oh my God!
Jace Richardson. Derek Queen. Oh, man. Derek Queen. Nah. That's giving up too much when we could just go ahead and pick up a Khalil Ware to come off the bench at center, which gives us Maxime at the bench power forward. Wait, who did we just give up? Nobody? Oh, we only just gave up one guy. We kept Jovic, which is surprising. Now that we don't need him, could we find a spot for him? How about some draft capital? A second-round pick? That's not enough. A second-round pick. A first-round pick. And we pick up the contract of Steven Adams. The Pacers pick would be halfway decent. Carter Bryant, Derek Lively, Maxime, Jeremiah Fears, Khalil Ware. None of those are available. Womp womp. The Clippers pick is not going to go. The Trailblazers might have a decent pick. I mean, the Warriors are aging. No, the swap best with Bucks pick is non-negotiable. Carter Bryant, Khalil Ware. Jovic is who we want to give up. So I think we just go down here and pick up a first-round pick here. Just to add some draft capital. And obviously, he's not going to get any minutes. He's going to sit here at the bottom of the lineup next to Yang Hansen. And our team is looking stacked. Absolutely stacked. I'm surprised Carter Bryant's not getting minutes at small forward. But it's not. That's going to change as soon as your boy Cooper Flagg comes back. We are going to win. Calling it now. We are going to win the finals this year and potentially next year. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but the run time isn't too bad right now, so we'll see what kind of happens here in the next few minutes and into the season. Yes, we're going to stop and extend some people's. Amen is not eligible, but Murray could go down to a $17 million contract. I mean, yeah, that gives you a little bit more value. So we'll bring you back. Kobe Sanders is somebody we picked up in the free agency. That's fun because he's a 21-year-old as well. Fred VanVleet is going to be one of the guys moved this offseason. Cooper Flagg is back. So let's see him. Amen. Jeremiah Fears in the starting spot. Murray is going to Murray at backup point. We need to get rid of him for our rotation to work the most successfully. Jeremiah Fears is going to start for us just cuz. And Darian Peterson gets to stay at that shooting guard spot like he likes. Or maybe we just put him at the small forward. He's got a 6'11 wingspan. He's 6'5. So no, that's not going to work. We need him at the shooting guard spot. Maxime doing good in the shooting guard. I don't want like us. We just need to get rid of Fred VanVleet and Murray. Two high contracts that are practically worthless to us. Alright, so Cooper Flagg is getting his 33 minutes. Bryant. Okay, good. They're not giving Fred VanVleet any minutes. Center minutes wise, we're doing good. I really like Khalil Ware coming off the bench. This is like a really solid all-around lineup. We've completely turned around this team and made it insane. This is probably one of the best teams I've ever built. Obviously it's modern players, so I'm not talking about like all time. I'm talking about current modern NBA 2K25 and 26. The best modern current build I've probably ever made. Because we got some tough guys. We go 63 and 17. Darian Peterson gets Rookie of the Year. He's averaging 18 off of our bench. KPJ gets Sixth Man of the Year. Chet's Defensive Player. That's surprising that Wemby didn't get that title. But Jalen Duren, did Jalen Duren win MVP? Oh no, he just won Cup MVP. Okay. We get Executive of the Year. JB Bickerstaff goes 65 and 17. We go 63 and 19. I said that earlier, so we were one behind. All right. Looking at this roster, we're just gonna wreck this Denver team, destroy them. We got two defensive centers who are gonna lock the Jokic Joker up, lock him up. All right. Here's one team that could be a little scary, the OKC Thunder. I don't necessarily know what moves they've made, if they've made any. Nah, they've just let their players develop, and kept kind of the same squad. They pick up Dame Sar, though. That Clippers pick coming in clutch. So not really a ton of moves for them. However, are we in a 4-0 sweep? We're gonna 4-0 sweep last year's champions in the OKC Thunder. Last year in real life, not the game. Can we 4-0 sweep a good Timberwolves team? No, not quite. The Sims love the Timberwolves. Especially once you get Rob Dillingham in. No, they start DiVincenzo. Rob Dillingham is still coming off the bench. 4-1? 4-1. We move on, and it's gonna be it's gonna be the Celtics. Surprisingly, the Celtics make it. Day'Ron Sharpe, they keep Anthony Simons, Jordan Wall, Sugar Gonzalez, Luke Garza. So basically, their young core got a little bit upgraded, and everybody just kind of stayed the same a little bit. I think we could beat them easily. You can do it! Alright, so it's 2-1, 3-1, and 4-1. We win the title, and the finals MVP goes to Jalen Johnson. Let's look. Murray had 28. Jalen Johnson with 25. Murray had 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Khalil Ware with 22 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. We just dominated their big men. Cooper Flagg only had 9, 5, and 3 with 2 turnovers. I guess he got locked up by Jason Tatum, and and Darian Peterson did not do well. Here's where we have a big pick in Murray. Big pick. We're at 8. We have a 6.7 chance to move up. We move all the way up to the second pick. Second. I don't know how, but we do. We get the second pick. I don't know anything about this draft class. However, I do know that I want to get rid of Murray and VanVleet. Murray for Anthony Simons. Ryan Nembhard who's progressed rather nicely away from the team. Obi Toppin. Trey Murphy. I'd much rather have Trey Murphy than I would Murray. I wouldn't really like Cam Spencer back. First round pick 6 from the Spurs. Just completely drop the cap.
Drewski! Crackhead, get him out of here.
Is that what we would be doing? I'm game. I'm game. I am completely game to do that. Alright, so Tyron Stokes is projected to go pretty high. Joka Schmitz is also supposed to go pretty high. Bruce Branch. Tyron Stokes. Vince Carter. He would be coming off the bench at the small forward spot, which is exactly what we want. So I think we go Tyran here. I don't know anything about this draft class. I know a couple of names. I know this guy, Stefan, whatever. Tyron Stokes and Bruce Branch, but that's about it. 3-and-D. We're looking for these guys. Christian. This dude. I've seen Xavier Booker. Ish Wagner. Welcome to the NBA draft. Tyron Stokes goes first to the Grizz. What we're going to do is trade for that guy. The Grizz. Oops. Can we get this Grizz? Can we get this Grizz? Tyron Stokes. Pick number 2 and a 29 first round pick. Jalen Johnson. Darian Peterson. No, we'll give you the second round pick and a first round pick for the future. And we're going to take Tyran to come off the bench next to Cooper Flagg. And we didn't even give up our 6th pick. So we still have that. Caleb Holt. I feel like he's not, that's not very good. Bradley Beal. Tom Sanders. 74 overall. I'd rather trade it. Let's be honest. They're willing to give me one of the better overalls to come off the bench. That's going to be the trade. Emmanuel quickly. Jovic back. Trey Murphy. We shall take Joka Schmitz. They're just giving it away. We got their first 2 picks because they decided they'd rather have the 6th pick and the 29 first round pick. Hey, and this is our last year. So now we have an incredible bench. PJ Washington, obviously not very high value. Not high valuable. Everybody's coming back. Glad we have that. I'm interested to see who progresses and who doesn't. Qualifying offers. Okay, so Derek Lively and Amen Thompson. We want both of them to come back. Let's make sure they're not in here. Amen Thompson is in here. We'll give him a bag. And we'll give... Where's D-Live? D-Live. Also the bag that he wants. Yeah, we don't want Fred VanVleet back. That's fine. And we're going to lock that in just so we have all our guys back. This team is absolutely stacked. This could probably go on the greatest title run in history if we kept going. But I'm not going to keep you guys for too long. We'll sim through the season real quick. Perfect timing. The problem is honestly fitting all these guys in to the right spots. We could use a backup point guard. Which might actually be Darren Peterson. Yeah, Darren Peterson's going to come off the bench. T-Wash. Can we get rid of T-Wash? Okay, 2 first-round picks. Okay, a Hugo Gonzalez. We'd have to give up a Yang Hansen. Noah Penda. Drake Powell. Pick 22 in 2025. Noah Penda. Dalton Connett to come off the bench at shooting guard would be pretty good. However, we're just going to pick up the draft picks.
See you, chump.
The swap best from the Portland Trailblazers. And then boom, there you go. We get free draft picks, basically, because we're not going to use this guy at all. I'm very interested to see how this player progression goes. Darren Peterson jumps up a full 6 to an 86 overall. He's probably going to be starting over Jeremiah Fears. Jeremiah Fears is going to come off the bench. And then they're both averaging close to 20 a game, just about the same amount. Amen Thompson's currently our starting shooting guard. And then our big rotation is Nasty. And then Tyron Stokes, the #1 overall pick, is going to come off the bench for your boy Coop.
Bingo!
While we have Max Renaud coming off the bench at power forward and Jokic Mitch at shooting guard. And then we still have Kobe Sanders for some reason. So there we go. That's the squad. Let's go ahead and sim. We're not going to make any more trades. We like the team where it's at. Oh, why did I do that? We don't care. Auto-generate the rookies. Let's get going and win another title. Back-to-back. Wins. This team is absolutely nasty, filled with young bucks who are going to take another title win, hopefully, this year. They already won last year, but now we added Tyron Stokes, the #1 overall pick. Hopefully he'll progress mid-season. That would be nice. Darren Peterson scoring 30 a game with 7 rebounds and 7 assists. Nasty. And then we have the best defense in the league, I should hope, with Jalen Johnson, Amen Thompson, Cooper Flagg as a versatile defender. This team is going to be really hard to beat. We did lose to the OKC Thunder and Timberwolves, but besides that, we've won against really good teams, and we've beat them before. At least we've beat the Timberwolves. I haven't seen an OKC win. Keep on trucking here. It's the trade deadline. We are not going to stop simulating. We're not going to keep trucking. Go. Win another title. Not even going to stop for contract extensions, which are going to come up at some point. Don't lose another game, and we will have the record. Potentially. I think it's 73-9 is the Golden State Warriors record for most wins in the season. Okay, so we're not going to quite reach that level, but we'll still be a 65-plus win team. If we didn't just lose to the Heat and the Cavs, we might have made it to 70. 68-14, Victor Wembanyama MVP Rookie of the Year goes to Darius Acuff Jr. I'm happy with my pickup, so we get Coach and Executive of the Year.
Nice.
After making some moves in the offseason, let's just go ahead and rebuild the lineup. Alright, so obviously shooting guard minutes is a little tough. We got a lot of small forward minutes because this has been a breakout year for Carter Bryant, which is unfortunate for our guy Renaud. Because he needs to be getting minutes. But we'll put Carter Bryant at the power forward. So hopefully that'll even out our minutes a little bit. No, that just drops him. But that's okay. Just get some wins. It doesn't matter how we do it as long as it's not cheating. And we 4-1 them. We're going to be up against the OKC Thunder. They take the first game. We take the second. Ooh. Ooh. So point guard minutes are a little congested, but with Jeremiah Fears and Darian Peterson on the same team, that's no surprise. Power forward minutes is where I'm really struggling right now. If we put Renaud back up the center, and put D Live at the power forward, how would that serve us? Maybe just trying that, running like a double big lineup. Alright, 2-2. We need to beat this OKC Thunder. Alright, 3-2. 3-3. They push it to Game 7. This is a team that is a little scary. I need our rotation to be superb. Just put Carter Bryant back in the small forward spot. Oh, jeez. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Just how the teams are kind of Tyron Stokes is actually going to go with the power forward. That's exactly what we're going to do.
I'm an idiot. You're an idiot.
Now we're looking nice. I could use Jokic still playing a little bit. So, you know, Jeremiah Fears, I'm sorry to rob you of your minutes, buddy. I know you're scoring 20 off the bench with Darian Peterson's 23, though. We got to give our guy a couple of minutes. We need to win this Game 7. We do. We move on to the Spurs. 1-1. Wemby is going to be tough to beat, but with our center rotation. Ooh. We are eliminated. What? However, we did get a finals win last year. The Spurs are very good and title contenders always, especially with this stacked guard lineup. 290 overalls and Stephon Castle. And then you have Dylan Harper, who's 87 coming off the bench. They pick up DeJounte Murray after a trade with us. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed day. Keep looking out for some Prodigal Goat Gaming content.